Well, ladies and gentlemen, surprise, surprise. It has finally happened. Went to load up a certain franchise mode, and unfortunately, said mode is borked. Last night, we went to load up our franchise with the Houston Texans and noticed that it brought me back from week one of the season. Shout out to Bubba Bread, by the way. It brought us from week one of a season back to the third round of a draft. And I said, that's weird. So then I went to load up this franchise mode again. And it brought us back to the third round in the draft. 2 years? At least a full calendar year. We went through the next year's draft and midway, I think up to week 10 of the 2029 season. And it brought me back to this stage of the draft. So given that it has done that, Dr. Benorium, thank you for the 17 months, by the way. Given that this is now 2 nights in a row that it has brought me back to an old save state, and it's an online franchise where I can't create my own save states, it just does what it does. It's an autosave. I can't help but think that the save file is just completely borked, and there's nothing I can do about it. So I am going to make the executive decision, rather than simming an entire second season or go around of a season, we are going to call an end to our Texans franchise. Which is a pretty brutal way to end a franchise mode. We're not going to get to see the continuation of Paul Devlin's career, which is very, very unfortunate. Again, he was the first overall pick back in 2024. We are not going to be able to get to see that sweet new running back that we drafted. Of course, it wasn't even Kirkpatrick. It was a guy that we got in the next year's draft. Leroy, there was no downside to an offline Dynasty. I 1000% recommend, if you guys are doing Dynasty mode for this game, especially on one of the new consoles that has a fast loading time anyway, play offline if you're not playing with other people. We're not going to get to see the end of Josh Robinson's career. We signed him to a deal last night that gave him a $98 million signing bonus. And Brett, thank you as well. Look at that. The follow, 2 minutes later, the sub. My heart. My heart. Thank you. I needed that. I appreciate you greatly. And Ryan, you guys are... I say EA broke something. You guys just show up en masse. Josh Robinson is one of the greatest players I have ever drafted in any Madden game. He was a second-round pick, by the way. A second-round pick. So Josh Robinson is he's gone. He is gone. He's locked in a moment in time. We'll remember him for how he is. Dr. Benorium with 5 gifted. EA tries to ruin my day, and you guys say, no, keep a smile on that face, and I will try. Benorium, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Again, Ryan, Bubba Bread. Thank you, guys. Seriously, my God, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Benorium, I missed the bits earlier, too, when I was walking out. So, as these alerts go off... Davis, I can understand why. Saw someone on Instagram out of all places give you a good review. Shout out to Instagram. I gotta be more consistent on the gram and on TikTok. But shout out to Instagram. Brad, thank you though. Hopefully you enjoy your time here. Even though, well, hey, you're gonna be here at the start of a brand new series because this one's dead. Josh Robinson's gone. Brendan Parks, who was like an 86 overall at the start of this upcoming season that we had. John Red, like all of these guys, Shakir DiCarvalho, they're gone. Easton Trout, the legendary Easton Trout. But yeah, this is the end. There's nothing I can do. Top Gun, thank you for the 4 months on the primer. Mwah, you're lovely. I love you. Yeah, it's disappointing. Like I said, we learned a lot from this franchise mode. The do's and don'ts. Do not run an online save unless you are playing with other people. Be very, very careful with your free agent spending. We learned quite a bit throughout this run, which was nice. I absolutely hate that we have to end it this way, but there's literally nothing I can do if this is now 2 nights in a row that it has brought me back to this previous save file. So for the Texans, we're done. I'm out. We failed. And I'm pretty disappointed by it, but it is what it is. But it does mean that we'll have the start of a new challenge.